Hi everyone, welcome to my first video. Today we will be making these beautiful lemon cakes from the Game of Thrones cookbook. For this recipe you will need 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, 1½ teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 cup or 2 sticks of unsalted butter at room temperature and extra butter for our pan, 1½ cups of sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 3 large eggs at room temperature, 2 to 4 tablespoons of grated lemon zest, it took me 3 small lemons, juice from half a lemon, and the recipe calls for 1 cup of whole milk, but I use 2%. Start by preheating your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. The next thing you want to do is butter an 11 by 7 inch baking pan. I took a stick of butter for this and rubbed it in with my fingers. Now line the pan with parchment paper and butter all around again. Once the pan is buttered, we're going to dust it with flour. You will have extra flour, so be sure to tap it out of the pan. Now we are going to move over to a medium bowl and pour in the 2½ cups of flour, the baking powder, the baking soda, and the salt. Give this bowl a quick whisk and set it aside. In another bowl, add your butter and sugar and beat it with an electric mixer until fluffy. I realized shortly after beating my butter and sugar that my bowl was too small, so I transferred the ingredients over to a bigger bowl. Much better. After beating the butter and sugar, add the vanilla extract and the eggs one at a time, mixing in between. Once that's all combined, add your lemon juice and lemon zest and mix again just until combined. With your mixer speed on low, we are now going to add the flour mixture in 3 batches and the milk in 2, beginning and ending with flour. Also scrape down the sides in between each batch. Now we are adding the first batch of milk and mix. Add the second batch of flour, mix again, and the remaining amount of milk. Mix once again. Add the final batch of our flour mix, and finally mix one last time. Add the batter to our pan and bake for approximately 30 minutes or until an inserted toothpick in the center of our cake comes out clean. My cake took 50 minutes before it was completely cooked. Allow your cake to cool down for 15 minutes in the pan, then transfer it to a plate to cool down for 15 more minutes. Afterwards, refrigerate it for 30 minutes. Once your cake is chilled, cut it into cubes. My cuts were too big, so make sure yours are smaller than mine. When you're finished cutting the cake, set it aside while we make our icing. For the icing, you will need 3 cups of confectioner's sugar sifted, 1/3 cup of lemon juice plus more if needed, 1 teaspoon of unsalted butter softened, and these 2 ingredients are optional. I added yellow food dye to my icing and a white candy pearl for garnish. In a double broiler, mix in the confectioner's sugar and lemon juice together over medium heat, stirring all the while. Next, add your butter and stir it in. Mix until the icing is smooth and suitable for pouring. If you're using food dye, now is the time to add it in. I added 4 drops to my icing and gave it a quick stir. Drizzle the icing over each cake, covering all the sides. If you're using garnishes, add it to your cake right after icing. Coat the cake only once and let it cool. And that's it, guys. My cakes don't look the best, but they tasted amazing. The lemon wasn't overpowering at all, which is something I was afraid of. The cake was light and had a lovely lemon fragrance. I'm not sure why I ran out of icing, which left me with 6 plain cakes, so I recommend you guys make more icing just in case that happens. Thank you so much for watching my first video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be uploading again soon this week. See you guys next time!